painting and blogging, but possibly her most interesting talent is fencing. Yes, she's a competitive sport fencer and coach for the Jacksonville Fencing Club, and she's here to tell us more about the sport. So we welcome Princess Simpson Rashid. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming.
Hi, how are you?
All right, so how did you get started in fencing? Because this isn't like the average sport. It's not basketball, baseball, swimming. So how did you get started?
Well, as a small child, I read a lot of books, and my favorite was like King Arthur and Charlemagne and all kinds of stuff like that. And I grew up in New Jersey. But when I went to college in Georgia, in Atlanta, and I started playing volleyball. I was on the volleyball team. Even though I'm short, I have a high jump.
Got that hard hit, that's all that matters.
Like a frog. But I got injured, and I had to cross-train, and I chose fencing as my cross-training sport. And I fell in love with it, and finds out that New Jersey was one of the tri-state areas for fencing. But I'm in Georgia now, and I had to fall in love with fencing in Georgia instead of New Jersey. But it was great.
Was it any different falling in love with it in Georgia rather than Jersey?
Lucky for me that right around the time I got involved, some coaches came from overseas, some Egyptian coaches, Russian coaches, and that changed the level and raised the level of fencing in the South. And so I was a part of that first wave.
So what was it so much about fencing that made you love it, to do it for the rest of your life?
Well, the reason why I do it for the rest of my life is because I get a chance to fly for a couple seconds, and that moment I get to fly and hit somebody at the end is awesome.
That's reading the King Arthur stuff, that knife fighting that you're thinking
You can get your aggression out, but we teach in our sport it's a lot of sportsmanship, and even if you lose, you should learn. We teach how to lose with honor as well as win with honor. So it's easy to win and shake hands and be polite, but when you lose, we require that you also shake hands and be polite, and that changes a person's character, I think, and it's good for everyone.
So is that because in football you lose, everyone's just generally aggressive in football. So is that what you would say is like the main difference between fencing and other sports? Is that kind of, it's almost like a tradition of how, like, just kind of keeping your head up high the entire time and still being formal?
I think the most beautiful thing about fencing and what sets it apart from other sports is like on the international level especially, but even on the local. But when you look at the international level, you see fencers fence each person from another country. I may fence a Russian, he might fence a Chinese, it's like we're like the United Nations of athletes, because we have to act at the end of it, whether we win or lose, we have to shake hands, say goodbye, salute the crowd, salute each other, salute the judges. And it transforms you. And so when you act as your sportsman like that, it changes everything. And that's how we should be in the world. When I teach fencing, I teach it as it's a metaphor for life. The way you fence is kind of like the real you comes out. And you could be a phony person, but when you're on the strip, the real you comes out.
That got real deep just now.
Sorry.
Right, so, no, this is good. I mean, this is how, because I mean, I don't know that much about fencing. It's almost like this secret sport that not too many people know about. But you have the Jacksonville Fencing Club, so tell us a little bit about it.
This club has been around for quite some time. I'm the second coach. The second coach that has taken the realms. The former coach, Coach Raul Torre, he just retired last year. So this is my first season as the coach. But I used to be the assistant coach back from 2000 to 2006. And so the club has been around for a while as a recreational thing. But we are making strides internationally now. We have some international youth fencers like Lance Tan. He's fencing for the U.S. and Philippines, and I'm a national champion myself. And we have some of our competitive fencers are making great results nationally.
That's amazing. So as a coach, you also kind of teach children. You do little demos here and there. So we're going to ask you to do one, show this non-fencer, non-athletic person, period, a few moves. So I'm going to need your help with and how this all works.
Okay, so I'll put this over this.
And this is a vest. So the one that you use when you're actually competing, does it look a little different compared to this one?
Well, this white jacket I use is for when we compete in épée. Can you do the back? This is the white jacket I use, but with foil and saber, there's 3 weapons in fencing. So depending on what weapon you fence, they each have their own target area. So what we're going to do now is demonstrate foil. And this is how the competitive foil really looks.
So exciting.
But we're going to use plastic foil, so it's more colorful and fun. But this is how it really looks.
I mean,
the target area is the torso, right? But saber is a really cool weapon as well, and the target area is head to torso, right?
Wow.
But the épée, the target area is head to toe. And so I teach all 3 weapons, and I compete in all 3 weapons, and so they're all fun. But again, like I said, fencing is about your personality. Your personality really comes out. Then your personality, I help you. It's kind of like with Excalibur and King Arthur. I help you find the weapon that's perfect for you.
Is it easy to learn fencing?
It is easy to learn fencing, but it's not easy to excel in fencing. But it's easy to learn because they're simple moves and they're very naturally designed. It's easy to develop a style of your own if you have good instruction.
All right, so then let's show me a couple moves. Hopefully I don't poke anyone.
So the first,
I'm scared it's gonna go flying across the studio.
Well, I'm gonna help you put on your mask.
I'm trusting you, princess.
Okay, trust me.
All right.
Put the mask on.
All right.
This is to protect your eyes, and we can adjust the back. Oh
Lord. Let's not mess up my makeup either.
Okay, we'll leave it a little loose for you.
This'll work.
Okay. So here's your weapon. You want green or red?
I'll do green.
Okay. And I have this and put it on.
Okay. Oh man, this is legit, guys.
So the only negative, if you don't like to be hot or sweat, then this is not your sport.
It's very hot. I'm already my face is melting as we speak.
The mask protects your eyes. And we have very few fatalities in fencing over the years. Fencing is one of the oldest sports that's been like in the Olympics since the very beginning. And so it's a really prestigious sport that's still be involved with the Olympics.
Now, no one gets really impaled that often in fencing, right?
No, not anymore. That's why we wear all this protective gear.
Oh, that's perfect. All right, so what's a good move?
First thing I'm going to show you is how to make an attack. What I just did is beat the weapon. So I want you to beat my weapon.
Okay.
Hit it, tap it, and then strike. Thrust, right? So you make a good touch like that. And the light should come on. So.
This is.
Right, so try to hit and make the light come on. Try again. Okay, well, let's try to just beat. And so what will happen is I'll beat her weapon and she'll try to beat me and she might move back and I might move back. We just move, like if I step forward, you step back. If I step back, you step forward. Keep going, and keep going. And then one of us tries to get the jump on the other.
Oh, so that's literally.
Right, so we keep going back and forth.
Before you strike?
You hit, the strike is to hit, but you don't have to hit the blade to strike, but you can. And that just knocks it out of the way, but I can go straight too.
Ah, okay, hold on. So I'm gonna try this again. I'm not very coordinated, princess, I told you.
Okay.
Where is it? Is yours even on? I think you're cheating.
I think I'm cheating.
I think you're cheating.
I think I'm cheating.
You see this? National champ over here.
Okay, try now.
Okay.
Go.
All right.
Yours is not working.
Terrible. This is so bad.
Let's just engage in the blade work. So beat my weapon and try to evade me.
Oh, okay.
And touch this way. And so you can do all kinds of things.
To get it, how much force do you? Because it seems like you're not applying very much pressure when you go to.
I'm using my arm right and all this kind of thing. But when we're fencing, it doesn't matter. If you hit me, you'll get the point, whether the light comes on or not. So the other issue is how to defend yourself. It's like blocking. So if I point my weapon here, you should move exactly. See how natural that is?
All right.
But if I point my weapon here, you should do the same thing. When you block, then you get the hit. And then where you'll get the point.
This is so way more complicated than I thought it was going to be. So we're gonna stop that before I embarrass myself.
What we call fencing is physical chess. And basically, when I get at you as a fencer, I'm going to transform you into a chess piece, and we're going to have battle.
I'll be like a bishop or something. All right. Well, thank you so much, Princess, for joining us. And if you'd like more information on the Jacksonville Fencing Club, visit jacksfencingclub.org. And then after the break, keep the laughs going today, an inaugural event that is designed to deliver LOL goodness. Stick around.
Awesome.
That was.
Imagine your life as a medical technology.